You can find the groupings posted through the website, velodrome.org/live for the live results folder. That is where the digital posting will be made for all of the groups and results as we go through today. Again, velodrome.org/live. They're posted in groups of 2, so group A, B is on one start list, working through them here piece by piece. You can get to the full list already if you go into the flying 200-meter document. There's a link there you can click to get to the spreadsheet where the initial breakdown was created. But if you're patient enough, you'll see the rest of them here soon as they're getting finished any moment now. Group A and B already posted, Group C and D posted. Your first group up today, we'll be doing the A group, and that's going to start with Pyatt and Hampson. Takagi and Scoville on deck, followed by Newman and Vigliotti, and then Plechel Mariki and Zavala will be the fourth heat today in Group A. Coming up now to get lined up. It's our first heat today. We got through all the qualifying times in the flying 200 meter. Your fastest time today being held by bib 345. JC Pyle for the J. Baker Juniors. Going up against Jack Hampson of Team Epic. That's number 326. Winner gets to race in the top 4 group. You got to do it for the first 4 places. Second rider across the line will continue to ride against the bottom 4 for 5th through 8th. Off we go. This entire tournament is because we're letting all the kids race. Will always be a best of 1. There's not going to be any series here, including in the finals. We got a lot of kids to try to support today. This is the final session of the Junior Takeover here in 2024, and it's been another good one. It continues to grow both in numbers and participation, and I think in execution too. Every single year, get a little bit better at hosting this thing with all of the families and all the kids from all over joining us here at the Velodrome, and we end it today in the heat, under the sun, with a sprint tournament for every single kid getting a chance to ride 3 times. So some really good simulated practice here. One thing we're doing differently than a normal tournament is that these juniors are paired up purely based on their speed from the flying 200 meter. No categorization based on age or gender. So these riders are coming out here based on their qualifiers and going into groups of 8 for the mini tournaments, I guess would be a good way to call it. Pyle taking the lead on this lap as Hampson's going to start to roll things up as the bell rings. Pyle in control at the front and has the faster qualifying time. He's going to try and put it on to show right now and just pull away. At about the 200 meter line, he's got a good command of about a bike and a half or 2, and now it's starting to open up even more. Looks like he's in control of this one and should be advancing to ride again for 1st through 4th. We'll see Hampson again riding for 5th through 8th in the next round. On track now on the inside lane, that's number 409, Gabriel Takagi, matched up against number 102, Danny Scoville, 2 riders of the Jerry Baker Juniors team, going head-to-head here in the first round. Takagi with the faster qualifying time today has the expected advantage here with Scoville, the rider along the rail at this stage in the race. Part of the Junior Takeover experience is not just throwing them out here on the track, it's also giving them some help. I heard that the clinics yesterday and the day before went wonderfully with all of our participants being there and getting some great information, getting to meet each other, work together, have some fun. learning each other's names, all that good stuff. And then today, doing some extra work specifically on sprint tactics. Alex Siegel, I heard, playing the role of coach for a lot of the kids over here on the grandstand. So that's also part of the formula here for the takeover. If you're out there rewatching this or you're tuning in from afar and have any connections with junior teams in different parts of the country looking for some sort of training opportunity or a travel destination as part of their summer, we're going to continue to host this as an opportunity for kids to come and meet each other, work together with other kids from other velodromes, and of course get some great time racing on a velodrome supported by our whole staff and officiated and everything. So it's a good experience for all of our juniors from anywhere and everywhere to come on in. You can expect we'll do it again in 2025. Scoville will make the first jump. Takagi is going to come up alongside here. Not totally overtaking, though. He'll come back into the lane. And now the second jump from behind. And this is Takagi showing the benefit of having a bit more top speed today. We'll race again to the next round, looking nice and clear. Two more heats here in Group A. This is Gavin Newman, bib number 40, along the rail. Number 334 is Cohen Vigliotti in this third group. After this will be your last heat for the Group A riders, Pletchel Mariki and Zavala. Then we get into Group B. The rider in green, Vigliotti, with the lead position after drawing one out of the hat. Newman falls behind with the faster qualifying time. Once we get away from Takagi and Pyle, the times get a lot closer in this group, all within a couple tenths of a second of each other here. So though Vigliotti with a slower qualifying time, it's not a very big gap between him and Newman. So should set up for some good races here, and a really important one for whoever wants to try to get up into that top four group. After Pletchel Mariki and Zavala, we'll have Fairbanks and Huang on deck. Then Mukhanana and Tomko. Newman's just kind of following the lead all the way around the track at the blue line. And no move coming yet. Attack kind of now really kind of formulating from the front as Vigliotti's just trying to hold on to his position. Just drives forward here, forcing the sprint, and now Newman to try to recover. He does have the faster finishing time today. See if he can put it into play. It looks like good acceleration on the outside will be enough for Newman as he gets just about a bike on Vigliotti in the end. This is Aiden Zavala, number 449 on the inside, wearing the white jersey. Next door for Team Epic is Oscar Pletchel Mariki, number 418. The last two riders in Group A. On deck, Group B. Fairbanks and Huang, followed by Mukhanana and Tomko. Zaval in the lead of the lap through the first 200 meters. Again, he drew, I believe, position 1. The rider for Team Epic from Portland behind. This is a contest of out-of-state riders here, both Portland represented by the second rider, the first position rider, our California area competitor today in this group. One to go as Zaval's looking over the right shoulder, waiting for something to come from the competitor behind. Pyatt will oblige and starts to move towards the front, overtakes entirely, does have the lane if he wants to move down. He does occupy that space. Zavala now on his wheel. These are the two closest in this round based on their finishing time. Zavala still in a good position, could try to accelerate and take over again around the right side. Pyatt just has to go as fast as he can here. He'll have enough. 4:18. Looking good there to hold on. We'll advance into the race for the top 4 places. We'll go to the semifinal round next time we see Group A. Group B coming up now. 8 more riders that have been seeded into this group. Starting off with Keegan Fairbanks, number 333. Drawing lane 1 on the inside position. And up close to the rail, go against Andrew Huang, teammate from Jerry Baker Jr. is number 430. Fairbanks takes over at the front here and moving at a pretty moderate clip in the early going of this one. Two members of the local squad here, the black and blue of the Jerry Baker Jr.'s going head-to-head here with Fairbanks still on the front with a faster time in the qualifiers by a decent amount. Moving up and down track on Andrew right now, who just follows suit with him alongside. Both riders spinning pretty quickly, but neither engaging fully in a sprint. All the way into turn 3. Now we get the stand out of the saddle for just a moment for Fairbanks to re-accelerate things. Andrew keeping it about a bike length close here, a little bit of a gap there, but it looks like Fairbanks should be able to hold on. The head-to-head continues. We're in the middle of our B category. This is going to be Tendo Wukahanana versus Rue Tomko. Tendo wearing the green of the Triple Hot Cycling team, number 117 today. Covering up the normal kit, though, today with the white and the red, the colors of Canada. Obviously, our Victoria area team. Canadian colors on the outside. It's our local competitor for the Jerry Baker Jr.'s, Rue Tomko, 125 on the inside. I did want to confirm before announcing Tendo's status as the Canadian Sprint Tournament, or Sprint Champion, pardon me, before announcing it, and I was able to confirm that. So wearing the colors for a reason today. Your Canadian champ putting up a really good qualifying time. Up against Rue Tomko, who's got the disadvantage from the 200-meter qualifier. See what they can put up against this Canadian champion of a young athlete in Tendo, who's had some really nice racing throughout the weekend, but always been looking forward to this one, knowing her skill set. On deck is William Huang and Ryder Carlson, followed by Sarah Vargas, Kimberly Chen. We'll then go into Group C, which starts with Gilchrist and Smedley. Getting the one to go bell. Tomko has continued to be just barely in front of Tendo, who seems to be happy letting their lead through most of this lap. Now, coming into these final 300 meters or so, Tendo takes the inside lane, is in control of the move to the left, and will just take the first move down into the flat and lead things into turn 3. Putting some speed on with the Canadian colors. Tendo looking in control here, and will be advancing to race for first through fourth in this group. We'll see more from Tomko as well. Your next group now coming on out for Group B, the next heat, pardon me, William Huang. That's going to be number 428 for the Jerry Baker Juniors on the inside. Up closer to the rail in second lane, Ryder Carlson, number 419 for Team Epic. The Jerry Baker Jr. rider taking the lead position right now. William Huang, number 428. He comes into this with the faster qualifier, so about 0.3 of a second faster than Carlson in the Flying 200 event. Carlson moving down and back up again quickly. Just kind of repositioning and then actually takes over at the front. William maybe trying to hope that he gets the second wheel spot. He'd be happy with where he is now. He'll follow the lead. Carlson, who's keeping the race high. Trying to force some movement from Huang as he jumps to the left, but trying to fake the move. Up and out of the saddle, pretty clear body language now. He's trying to really get things up into speed. Huang with great acceleration down in the hill, though, should be able to take over the front. Has the lane. Carlson not out of this yet. He's trying to get back up onto that wheel a little bit into the slipstream, but Huang is not going to provide a lot of slipstream. He's moving quick and pulling away now. Your final heat for the B category, Sarah Vargas, number 118. In lane 1, wearing that all black kit with the blue helmet. Next door is Kimberly Chen, number 114 in lane 2. Vargas drawing for lane 1 takes the lead and down into the sprinter's lane right away on the opening portion here of the race, with Chen racing up above the blue line right now. These two very close in their qualifiers will be matched up as this middle group of category B, which means that they're, by theory, at least by the measure at the clock, very closely matched. Vargas in the lane all the way through about the first 300 meters now of this race. Similar posture, similar position coming onto the home straight as we saw that as they went into turn 1. Wide out over the line, now getting a bit closer as Vargas does come up the hill just a bit to put a little bit more pressure against Chen as they get closer and closer to the point of acceleration. Neither making the commitment, and almost at the same time, side by side. If Vargas can hold firm here, has the advantage of the inside line, could come back into this. Chen with a little bit better acceleration. Vargas trying to get back up here. Oh, will not be enough, quick enough. Chen just brings the bike up to speed a little quicker, and it's the difference there down the back straight. Technically, a small upset from the qualifying round. Group C is now taking the track, starting with Lucy Gilchrist and Maxim Smegly. On deck is Davies and Cameron, Gabby and Wong, Blake and Gola. On track right now, number 105, Lucy Gilchrist on the inside lane, up against the rail, Maxim Smegly, number 499. Both riders kind of pushing some pressure forward here, just side by side. Gilchrist has got the better qualifying time. Smagly on the outside, just trying to bring this thing up. Feels like he's applying the pressure that Gilchrist is currently matching. Now both riders will come up and out of the saddle side by side. Looks a little similar to what we saw in the last heat, except I think the inside rider has got a little bit better jump this time and has the advantage of the sprinter's lane. Smagly could find the sprinter's lane for a moment, but he's going to just stay out of it and see if he can power his way around. Gilchrist. Smagly was catching, but Gilchrist will hold and advance to the race for first through fourth in the semifinal round. This whole group going to be a little bit closer than our previous one. If you look at the range of times from the top to the bottom of this group, it's a little bit closer overall. So even this round, this might be a bit closer for all these riders. Sean Davies, number 452, coming up to line up now in lane 1, the rider with the blue kit. Next door is Lindsay Cameron, number 115, wearing the green of Triple Shot Cycling. Davies with the faster qualifying time, but as I was mentioning before we got started with this heat, the middle heat of the last category was about as close as these two are, and this is like almost the opposite sides of the category. So a little closer timing here in this group. It's going to be fun to see. Reminder around crossing the track while racing's underway, don't do it. Thank you. Lindsay in the second position here down that sprinter's lane, about a bike separating. Leaving just a little bit of room now, closing a little bit on that rear wheel of Sean Davies, who holds on the front, just watching over the right. Both of these riders have decided to go down into the lowest part of the track. Davies just wanting to wait as long as he can, forcing the second position rider to get the sprint engaged from that bad spot of being behind, and then Davies will do just that, jump right up as soon as he sees the movement, has the shorter lane, has the position, and should be able to finish this one out. In lane 1, number 451 for triple shot is Tim Wong. Going up against Gabby, number 116, up against the rail. Appears to be Victoria, if I'm not mistaken, by the kit from the rider in the second wheel position. Maybe North Bend Kia, the sponsor, so another Washingtonian area competitor with our Texas. North Bend, okay, I don't know. Gabby, Texas. How many other Texas riders do we have here this weekend? There are a couple? Yeah, I think there's 2, okay. Fantastic. So this is a battle of Victoria all the way down to Texas in these 2 competitors, which is exciting to see. Right now, it's the rider in front with the worst time in the qualifier, but the difference only about 0.2 of a second. So it'll be fun to watch how these 2 just choose to ride this one out. Gabby following, looking very calm here in the second position. Tim moving around a little bit, trying to maybe get a sight line either above or below, and I was pretty committed to watching the left move. Gabby goes high, though, is trying to kind of maybe frustrate the sight lines of the leader. Both riders now getting up to speed. Gabby's got a good grip on that rear wheel as they get into the sprinter's lane. Tim in control still, has the short lane and good speed now. Gabby's going to try to make that slingshot around. If she can get that acceleration, ooh, not going to be enough. She'll save it for the next effort. Tim Wong will be the rider across the line first. And finally, for the C group, Finlayson Blake and Ian Gola coming up. On deck is the D category, Lou Kelly and Noam Galat, followed by Edison Clark Hoxie and Charlotte Westover. Category D coming up quick. Gola, number 444 on the inside lane. Finlayson Blake, number 450, drew position 2. It's got that red helmet on. Another one of Victoria competitors for triple shot. It's shown up in good numbers and quantity this year. He's been a consistent participant and competitive team here during the Junior TAKEOVER. We're seeing many, if not all, of these riders over the last couple years growing and getting faster every time they come back. It's now Blake versus Gola, our local rider for the Jerry Baker Juniors, with that neon helmet. And there's a mechanical there as we're getting up to speed. It's got a pulled wheel, so. Next one's coming up. We'll bring these 2 riders back. Finlayson, you can come into the warm-up circle. Battle of state champ quality here coming on up. We see the colors of our San Jose friends here in the San Jose Bicycle Club, both having been at some point state champs. Lou Kelly versus Noam Galat. Lou Kelly in bib 119 up against the rail, and number 623 in lane 1 is Noam Galat. This is Group D's first heat. San Jose competitors here side by side. Still Galat on the inside position. That's the rider with that teal bike and the neon orange helmet. Still side by side all the way into turn 2 here on the second lap. Now Galat will start to take over at the front. Lou Kelly moving down into the lane behind. Has the faster qualifying time, the rider in the second position, so now trying to put that on to good display here. Very smooth acceleration will help her take over the front, and it looks like she'll be able to do that. In lane 1, we have rider 628 Edison Clark Hoxie up against bib 111 Charlotte Westover up in lane 2. We do have a matchup against Blake and Gola to try to get back out here again. Here's, I imagine both those riders look set to go. We should see them coming back up here momentarily. Right now, we're in the midst of the D category. We're going all the way down to letter G, that's right. And I've looked ahead, there's 58 total heats racing here today. Going to be a total of 174 over the 3 races today, which is going to be, so that's the number of, and then we have to double that for the number of laps they're taking. Now it's fun math, it's quick, but 174 heats overall today because every kid gets to race 3 times. We're in the midst of the first round, which is sorting the groups into 2 halves. We got the first rider racing for 1st through 4th. They'll move into the semifinals for that round, or if you come across line 2nd, you'll continue to race, but you'll race for 5th through 8th within each category. Bit of a spacing here allowed for Edison, who will just take advantage of that and now tries to bring it up to speed in the middle of the first turn. And that's leaving a big gap for Westover, who hasn't found the way to close that gap down just yet. And that'll do it for our heat. Let's bring it back out. Our last heat from Group C that didn't quite get to finish. Getting a recent start here. Our second try here is Gola now fixing up the mechanical issue. So if my memory serves correctly, he had the wheel get pulled there as he was getting up to speed on his second lap. Getting reset here for try number 2. Gola in the front position, the rider with the neon yellow colored helmet. This competition, Finlayson Blake from Triple Shot in second position right now, closer to the rail by a bit, wearing that red helmet. Goal in the front position, trying to watch over that right shoulder, looking for Finlayson to dive underneath and behind him. Got a pretty good eye on him so far. Both riders getting up to speed, hitting turn 2. Gola still has a slight advantage in position and both forward and backwards and left and right. He's got control of the lane. We'll take over here. Blake coming in for a second, but has to bump back out. He's not entirely sure about the positioning, but Blake making some nice acceleration here. Can Finlayson make the overtake onto the home straight? Looks like he'll have enough to do it. This is Arden Lucier, number 627, in lane 2. Up against Akansh Sadwani, 616, in lane 1. Another Seattle to Portland battle here. Akansh Sadwani, number 616 for the Jaybreaker Juniors, our local rider. And then the Portland competitor, Arden Lucier from Team Epic, will fall into second position here right behind Akansh. Akansh still in the front as we come onto the home straight here. 1 to go. The jump coming now, coming into turn 2. Akansh from the front still Looks like the rider in second place, though, starting to get a good run at the wheel and a little bit of acceleration now, beginning to overlap and come around the corner. Can Team Epic finish it up? It's a good acceleration here. Looks like you'll be able to carry it right to the line. Arden will advance. Last heat for the D category. On deck is Group E. Sean Gata and Ayla Zavala up first. They'll be followed by Cody Chen and Bell. This is Lyndon Zavala, number 360, in the outside position. Down lower of the track in 617, drew position 1 is Owen Chen. This is California versus Victoria area competitors, so another out-of-state matchup for these two youngsters. Owen Chen controlling the inside position, slightly ahead as well. So he's got a pretty good control right now of the lane just by positioning himself between the objective. As the bell's ringing now, 4-1 to go. Similar position all the way into turn 1 as both competitors go nice and high here. Zavala is kind of pinned up near the rail at the moment. Doesn't have an easy way forward. Chen continuing to maintain posture and position all the way through onto the back straight. Down the hill they'll go, and that's about as good of a line as Zavala thinks he's going to get. So he'll take the jump. He takes over at the front. Nice acceleration, and he may be able to ride this in. Chen was great counterattack here. He's going to try and get on the wheel and come up alongside of him. This might be a close one here between Zavala and Chen. Oh, just not going to be enough acceleration out of turn 4 as Owen was coming at him nicely. Lost a little bit of momentum as he came out from behind him. Good sprint for both of these riders. It'll be number 630, though, getting the nod. Zavala. Your E group now coming up. Sean Gata is number 410 down in lane 1. And up against the rail, 631 is Ayla Zavala. Sean Gata for the Jerry Baker Juniors on the inside, the rider with the dark red bike and the black and blue kit. With that white helmet, the competitor, another California area competitor, is going to be Ayla Zavala, number 631. We're now amidst the E group. They're followed by F and then G. We're just going all the way down. It's an alphabetical experience here today. jump in turn 2. It looks like Sean's got it under control here pretty well coming through the turn. Coming on track now, Cody Chang. Bell on deck is going to be Barna and Fairbanks, then Archambault and Lynch. Bella Mejia, number 202 on the inside for the Jerry Baker Juniors. Also for the Jerry Baker Juniors in the position along the rail, Cody Chang, number 609. Bell in front and watching over the right shoulder, trying to keep check on teammate right behind her, seeing which way he might make the jump. Kind of missed it as he went over the right side. Oh, we're getting some hopping there in the bike. He lost the pedal, and that, I think Bella, for safety, decided to disengage and get out of there. The race has been stopped. Both riders have managed that safely, but yes, one rider losing the pedal there as Cody came out and managed to keep control of the bike. That was well managed considering it was hopping up and down quite a bit. And Bella just got off the track as quick as she could. We'll keep it rolling. We'll check in with Cody, make sure he's doing okay. That's going to be a bit of a scary feeling there, being in the middle of a sprint like that and losing control. Fairbanks, number 601. Gavin Fairbanks coming on up in lane 1. Coming up against Julia Barna, number 221. Archambault and Lynch are on deck. We'll see if and when we'll bring up Chang and Mejia again. After we get through Archambault and Lynch, that's the last group, last heat of Group E. We'll then go Group F, which starts with Fuller and Fuller. Ah. And then after them will be Warbeck and Mejia. The two Fullers head to head. Perfect. Julia Barna currently in the lead position. Gavin Fairbanks right behind her, both riding above the blue line as they hit the home straight. Barna will get up and moving here. Before the sound of the bell, Barna getting Her bike basically up to full speed coming into turn 1. Gavin Fairbanks still in recovery mode here. Can't get onto that rear wheel. This is a good move from Barna, who has the faster qualifying time, but just wants to put it on display here in a little bit longer distance format. Gavin fighting valiantly, not quite able to get to the wheel. This is Nolan Archambault, number 622 in lane 1 for triple shot. Next door in the black and blue is Sarah Lynch, number 201. Our last heat for Group E, minus our restart needed for Cody Chang and Belle Mejia, who I believe are lined up and ready to go next. Both riders pretty quick here down the home straight, with nearly side by side for a moment. Now your rider from triple shot moving slightly ahead here in position, watching over that right shoulder again, expecting Lynch to maybe come into an early attack, but indeed it'll be from the front from triple shot. Archambault gets things locked in and up to speed. Lynch following on the wheel. Good position, just needs to try to execute and challenge across turn 4 here. Lynch versus Archambault, pretty close in the times. Can Lynch come on up side by side? Oh, might have been our closest finish so far. Quick text of the eye would go on the outside to Lynch, but we'll confirm here shortly. It is confirmed by the photo finish as well. So Lynch by the smallest of margin over Archambault. This is a rewrite of a previous heat, which got all the way down to turn 3 almost of its second lap. Cody Chang had his pedal disconnect from the shoe. We had that little bit of scary moment there for the two of them, both of them managing it well. We were able to bring them back out again for try number 2. It's Chang, the rider, with that white helmet, a little bit ahead and on the inside position. Bella Mejia, the rider with the blue helmet, closer to the rail. Last time they raced around this track, it was Bella on the inside, had the sprinter's lane. Flip-flopping a little bit here at this stage with Chang on the inside, watching Mejia above all the way into turn 1. Both riders jumping at relatively the same time here, side by side. Chang's got the shorter line to get down to the sprinter's lane. Mejia in the tough spot of trying to come back into this one, climb into contact, not yet making it happen. Chang checks for the position. He looks clear and away on this second attempt. Nicely done. Fuller and Fuller. Legal services? I don't know. That's right. This is the ride for the name. It's 2-1 Renna Fuller taking on the younger Owen Fuller, number 6-1-1, up against the rail. It's a family fair here today for the Fullers, who, by a stroke of their qualifying times, get paired up together in this first round. The first of Group F, who's now just beginning. On deck is Warbeck and then Javi Mejia, followed by Benjang, Sparsh Patel. And the group will end with Will Phillips and Luna Mendoza. Quick lap here from Renna, as we had several previous heats a little bit slower to go on lap one, but Renna's moving along pretty quickly. Owen's leaving some room right now. Looks like Renna's going to get things rolling into turn one and put on the attack from pretty far back. Already have the gap, so this will make it real tough on little brother to close in on this acceleration. The next one might be more evenly matched for Renna, but this one was the most important one. You can't let little brother win. That's just unacceptable. Well done from Owen and for Renna. We'll bring up our next group. All sixes to Javi Mejia, the rider in lane one. Bib number 666. Next door, Lola Warbeck, number 219. So Lola Warbeck, the triple shot cycling rider from Victoria, up in front. Both bringing things up to speed. Gradually through turn 1 and 2, it's still low on the lead with Javi trying to hold on in the second wheel spot. He's going to try to make the jump here out of turn 4, and it will be enough. is 603 for the Jay Baker Juniors. That's Ben Jang. Number 621, Sparsh Patel lined up against the rail. I'm assuming based on sponsorship, I've been wrong before. It says born in Colorado, so I would hope that's Colorado. Competitor and Patel. Right. Born in Colorado, but nowhere near there now, right? That's definitely possible. Patel's taking the inside lane already into the sprinter's lane, and pretty quick in the opening part of this race. Ben choosing the right that's very high and separate from Patel, who's down low. Fair amount of extra distance being raced up there along the rail by Ben, but he has enough speed still, despite the extra meters added, to take over the front here on the back straight. Will Phillips, number 602, lining up in lane 1, taking on Luna Mendoza, number 203, in lane 2. Phillips bringing it up to pretty good speed here in the first half of that lap. Mendoza coming down into the lane right behind the bell ringing, and still Phillips in the front. Mendoza makes the move in the middle of the back straight to take over the front and is in a confident position amidst the final turn. Running the G group as chariots, so one lap contest here upcoming for the next 10 riders, these 5 remaining heats. Hazel Baker and Eva Magidson up first. 6:15 on the outside position, that's Eva. Hazel Baker, number 217 in lane 1. On deck is Hunter and Reddy. One to go. Tough matchup for the younger Eva here in this one, but Hazel and Eva both getting good starts. Hazel takes over at the front and looks like they'll be able to hold on all the way around the track for this one. This is Joshua Hunter and Maya Reddy in this group. Maya, the rider in front right now for Hunter. Hunter with a nice acceleration out of turn 3. Tries to take over the front. It looks like they're going to make it close here to the line. Ooh. Hunter does hold on, though. One to go. It's Daria McKinnon-Baberglou, number 625, lined up in lane 2. Royce Chen, number 632, was lined up in lane 1. That's the rider now in front with the green bike. Getting close to getting back into the semifinal rounds for those Group A riders. That'll be number 625, Daria, coming across the line first. Here comes 2 more heats in this G group. Thomas Frazier, number 626, in lane 1. 618 is Katie Halsell in the middle, and then out against the rail, Shoria Patel, number 620. One to go. Just 3 riders up, as I think we had 1 not start in the group. Group A upcoming for the semifinal round now. Nice jump all the way on this move from out of turn 2. Thomas Frazier taking over at the front confidently in the group. Nice acceleration and opens up a nice significant gap here. The race behind him looking pretty close though still. Also, Patel going head-to-head here for a second across the line. Oh, Patel holds on nicely. Group A continuing on now into the semifinal round. This will sort out in the top 4 who races for first and second or for third and fourth. Oscar Pletchel-Mariki and JC Pyle going head-to-head here. It's Pyle number 345 in lane 1. Pletchel-Mariki drew position 2. Winner to race for first and second. Second rider to go to the race for third and fourth. Group A riders should all be ready to go now. Queued up under the tents. Group A in the semifinal round now. There's a mechanical issue there for Pyle. Another pulled wheel. It's a bad day for wheels. Races stopped. Races stopped. Racing is 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 stopped. Just trying to save you the effort. Now check our wrenches here today. My goodness. It's the children, I know. I blame them too. Gabriel Takagi, number 409, draws lane 2 in lane 1. Gavin Newman, number 40. Still Group A. First rider across the line will race again for first and second. Second rider will race again for third or fourth. It's the rider with the white helmet for the Jerry Baker Juniors with the faster qualifying time. In fact, nearly a half a second advantage just based on the flying 200s. More than half a second. So pretty significant advantage for Takagi if he's able to apply that advantage in the right way here in this race. It's possibly setting up a situation here in the Group A where it's Jerry Baker versus Jerry Baker for the 1-2, but that's what Newman's going to try and stop here. Takagi takes control of the front. He's getting up to speed maybe a little sooner than Newman expected. Both riders looking like they're really moving the bikes well here, but the distance between the two just a bit much for Newman, as Takagi should be able to just carry that momentum, and I think Newman's already figured that out. As he's already pulling up. He gets the call from coach on the infield. Not quite ready for the re-ride yet. We'll continue on with the event here. Our next group up, this is the 5 through 8 group of Group A. 326 in lane 1 is Jack Hampson. It's Aiden Zavala, 449 in lane 2. First rider advances to race for 5th and 6th place. not much mind being paid yet to the second wheel position as well. This is, appears like Hampson's just kind of driving forward at a pretty comfortable tempo right now. He'll just take over in the sprinter's lane when he's ready to dive. In the full engaged sprint now as we hit turn 1. Both riders look committed to this move, 100%. Zavala has matched speed now, leaving just a little bit of room. He can try to use that to maybe accelerate here into turn 4 and come over the top. Don't do it too early as he makes the move at a good time here, right on the home straight. Can he close it? He will be able to. Zavala, 449 from the looks of it. Confirmed. This is Scoville, number 102 in lane 1. Cohen Vigliotti, number 334 in lane 2, the rider in the green jersey. Scoville in front with Vigliotti dancing around a little bit, maybe trying to cause a little bit of anxiety in that back position, but Scoville looking calm over the right shoulder, just watching Cohen's movements. Just to determine who goes to race for 5th and 6th, or if it's going to be the race for 7th and 8th. As we've just now really begun round 2, the semi-final round. All rides will be one ride format, no best of 3s today. Scoville waiting for the acceleration a bit here from Vigliotti, and here it'll come into turn 3. Is there enough track left for Scoville to come back up onto that wheel and challenge this? Vigliotti looks clear and away. Kimberly Chen, number 114 in lane 1. Next door, Keegan Fairbanks, number 333. This is our first race in the second round for the B category. These two riders racing for 1st through 4th place. Winner of this one will continue to race for 1st or 2nd. Second rider across the line will continue to race for 3rd or 4th. Pretty quick tempo here. Chen at the blue line. Watching for this kind of movement. Fairbanks takes the jump. Quick acceleration and another mechanical issue, another pulled wheel. I mean, I know we got a lot of coaches for the Jerry Baker Juniors around. Do we need to hire a mechanic too? Is this a chain issue this time? Yeah. That's a different problem. Very different problem. Fairbanks brings it to a stop safely. We'll bring these racers back up again once we've had a chance to deal with the issue. Try again in a bit. And we get to re-ride this one. This is all the way back from the first heat of the second round for Category A. Pletcher in lane 2, number 418. Pyle in lane 1, bib number 345. First time we saw these two, we saw Pyle's wheel get pulled in the middle of his effort on the back straight. We'll see how this second attempt goes for both of these riders. Again, Pyle with our fastest time today, and the difference pretty stark here actually. It's over a second to any of the rest of the riders in this group, so Pyle going to be the one to beat if Pletcher is going to try something here on the home straight and try to jump around him. What Pyle can do now is just kind of control the sprinter's lane as Mariki says, that didn't work, I'll fall back in, and then try to follow his acceleration. This is about where the race ended last time, but it looks like the gear is a little bit more ready to go, and this is where Pyle can show his training effort, what he's been putting together this year, trying to get ready for Junior Nats, looking like he's gunning for some good sprints this year, and nice power there on the back straight. It'll be enough. Back to the midst of Group B, still in our top half of the category. It's William Huang, number 428, and lane 1 taking on the Canadian speedster Tendo Buchanan, number 117, in lane 2. Tendo in the lead position right now. William Huang, you can kind of see from the other side of the track, he's got the orange handlebars versus the Canadian colors of Tendo in the red and white. First rider across the line will be sprinting up against Keegan Fairbanks for first and second in the B category. Well, we didn't get to see that yet. That got delayed. I speak early, as Kimberly Chen hasn't yet raced against Fairbanks, so we have to do that one again later. Hesitation, the infield's not happy about it. Here they go. Coming into turn 3, Huang takes over the front. He's got the lane, but he's leaving it open for a moment. Here he goes. He closes the door. Tendo trying to reaccelerate to come around the other side. Huang by a bike length. This is Sarah Vargas, number 118 in the black kit in lane 1. Andrew Huang for Junior Juniors is number 430 in lane 2. Vargas in front now with Andrew slotting in behind. Huang takes over the front out of turn 2. Leaves a decent gap here. Vargas is starting to climb her way back up. Making good acceleration. Oh, not going to be enough. I believe it's still going to go on the inside. This is a re-race of a previous heat between 333 Fairbanks and 114 is Kimberly Chen. About to get their restart. Turned out the cog was what the issue was last time for Fairbanks, not a chain specifically, but we saw the loose chain from over here. Couldn't quite tell what the problem was. So we took a look at the equipment, feeling pretty good again, so off we go for try number 2. That's the rider in front Fairbanks we're referring to, who had the issue last time. Fairbanks commanding the middle of the track right now. Observing Kimberly closely as she continues to stay nice and high as we get into that critical acceleration zone on the track. Chen, nice flip of the bike there down into the lane. Side-by-side acceleration looking good here on the back straight. Fairbanks has the long way to go and no slipstream to hide in. This is going to be pure speed here, and he's got the longer lane. It's going to be tougher for Fairbanks, but we know he's got good finishing speed. It'll be enough for Fairbanks. Well ridden by Chen to force that one to be pretty tough. As the advantage just from the finishing on the qualifier, I should say, goes pretty heavily to Fairbanks there. But again, Chen was smartly raced. Made that a good one. Form 19 is Ryder Carlson of Team Epic lining up in lane 1, taking on Rue Tomko in lane 2 for the Jaybreaker Juniors. We're in the middle of the second round of our Sprint Tournament day here for the Junior TAKEOVER in 2024. The Velodrome hosts this event once a year, and inviting juniors from velodromes all across the country to come join us for junior-only racing and clinics throughout the weekend. And a fun Friday night with some junior-focused racing. Our normal 7 o'clock weekly show, Friday Night Racing, was well attended again with lots of folks here for Kitty Kilo and the juniors, of course. And yesterday we had only juniors with our mass start racing, and today it's all sprints all afternoon long. We got a good one here as the attack is coming early. Ryder Carlson not waiting long. Well before the bell, he's got up to speed. Tomko a bit surprised here, but starting to maybe claw back at the lead. Look at this. Rue not done yet. That was a big gap to close down, and they're on the way to doing it and making contact in turn 3. If Rue can just carry forward on this one, that'll be it. Nice race for both of these riders. Fun to see some bit of a risk move there for Carlson. Plays it well, and Tomko able to recover in time and catch at the line. Finlayson Blake 4-5-0 in lane 1, taking on Lucy Gilchrist. Bib 105 in lane 2. This is the C group right now. All riders in C group should be ready to go. These two riders are in the top half of the C group. That means that first rider across the line would move to the race for first and second within their respective group. As this event blends real racing opportunities with an educational focus, we are allowing every kid to make sure they get 3 rounds here today, 3 races during the Sprint Tournament. So some things about what we're doing today are a little bit unusual. One of them being we just took the flying 200-meter times of every junior and just grouped them in groups of 8, essentially, based only on their time, not on age or gender or any other qualifiers. Kind of fun to see the product of that. This is our 3rd category now of 8 that we're into. This is a C group. And Gilchrist kind of playing sneaky off the back there for a bit, waiting for a window, and decides to go a bit early here. Finlayson has no problem in jumping on the wheel. Gilchrist racing it from the front, does have to get out of the sprinter's lane now. Finlayson kind of moving a bit erratically there in turn 3, but he's able to come back into it. That'll be Blake on the outside taking that one. .451, Tim Wang for triple shot. Drew in lane 1. He's taking on Sean Davies, who started up in lane 2. It's been number 452 in the blue. This race, similarly to the last, first rider across the line would be racing for first or second in the final round. Second rider will move to the race for third and fourth. Davies down in that sprinter's lane, watching the right shoulder, watching Tim moving around just within view. Both riders getting up to speed on the back straight. Tim with the harder job here, trying to come around without being in that slipstream at all. He's just basically doing it the long way around. Sean from the front will be able to hold on.
Nobody's like you. You are not normal at all. No. I feel like I want to.
Angola number 444 in lane 1. Maxim Smegli number 499 in lane 2. First rider across the line will go on to race for 5th and 6th in this category. The second will race for 7th or 8th in the final round. Cyan on the inside position. Riding perfectly side by side here.
I feel so much for you that I don't know what to do. 'Cause someone was before you, and someone let me go. This time I must know for sure. 'Cause someone was before you, and someone let me go. But I just need to be sure. Some say love's not for the bitter ones. Some say love will only bring you down. Some say love can feel much better now, better now. But will you let me down?
Goals. Oh, Ion still in the front of this thing. Maxim trying to come around. Ooh, Smegli will make it.
But will you let me down? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But will you let me down?
In this group we have Lindsey Cameron, 115, wearing the green and white triple shot, cycling our Texan, Gabby, number 116, currently just behind the Victoria rider.
When I think about the way we
Coming up now, we're going to be going into Group D momentarily. Gabby accelerating along the rail here. Taking over the front across the finish line. Got the one to go mark. Both riders really similarly speed right now in terms of the way they're moving down the back straight. But now Lindsay's starting to catch, and as she gets in slipstream, a slight advantage to her if she can carry this momentum here to finish it. Carrying nicely here to the line, it'll be enough. Lindsay will take it in a close match between those two. This is Lennon Zavala, number 630, going against Luke Kelly, number 119 in our second round. In semifinals, this will be to determine who goes to race for first or second in the D category. Second round across the line will race for third and fourth.
Shaken but not stirred. Just a lesson that I've learned, and so it goes. Tables turn in your own room. When I think about the
Zavala going right down the middle of the track here. Watching Luke closely, comes up right alongside. Accelerating side by side all the way through the second half of this lap. Zavala down in the sprinter's lane, the shorter line. Luke Kelly making a nice run at it though. Good acceleration on the outside. And Kelly will be the winner here. We'll race again for first and second in the final round. Arden Lucier, number 627 in lane 1. Edison Clark Hoxie, 628 in lane 2. Two more heats here in the D category. E category riders, don't be too far away. Arn Lucier still in the front. Edison makes the jump out of turn 2. Lucier trying to get up there quickly. And that'll be Edison coming across the line. First in that heat. Well done. Moving on to our next group of riders already. This is Noam Galat, number 623, in lane 1. Owen Chen, number 617, in lane 2. Winner of this race will be for officially 5th and 6th place in this category. Second across the line will race again for 7th and 8th. It's Noam Galat, the rider with the bright helmet that's kind of found himself pinned up against the rail at the moment. Nowhere to go except for forward and maybe backwards is where he'll go as Owen takes over the front. A nice acceleration down the hill. Gives Noam the second wheel position, and he's close on the wheel, so might be able to take advantage here. Coming up a bit early out of the lane. We'll try to go all the way in the middle of the turn and see if he can get around him. Here he comes for the challenge. Ooh. And it'll go to the rider on the outside. That's Noam Galat. We'll get that one. Akansh Sodwani, number 616, in lane 1 versus Charlotte Westover, bib 111, in lane 2. Back into the action here. Just wanted to follow up with riders in that last heat. before starting this race. Both racing for the Jay Baker Junior team. This is a conch on the front with Charlotte right behind him. Side by side, very moderate tempo. Westover in the higher position, just going to try to put her head down and accelerate above a conch. He'll jump down in the sprinter's lane now. Westover's got the ability to get back onto the wheel here. Ducks into the lane for just a moment and pops back out to challenge and overtake, and looks like she's got enough speed to do so. Sean Gata, number 410 in lane 1. 201 is Sarah Lynch, lined up in lane 2. This is now into category E, which would put this ride as the race to determine who's going to race for first and second, or who's going to race for third and fourth in this category. Sean in the mid position, and right as he hits turn 1 on the bank, he'll roll it down into the sprinter's lane. Lynch allowing a little bit of a gap to open up and is having a hard time closing it back down. That'll be Sean coming across the line. Race again for first and second in this group. .221, Julia Barna lined up in lane 1. Cody Chang next door at 609 in lane 2. Nice sprint, fully engaged here. Side by side, Barna will be able to hold on. Official call has been made to reverse the order there based on 2-2-1's movement out of the line and while the sprint was engaged there. So the order being flip-flopped there for Chang and Barna. .631 in lane 1, that's Ayla Zavala. 622 is Nolan Archambault in lane 2. Both riders of the blue line. Zavala in the front position now. The Victoria competitor falling in right behind on the wheel. Both in the sprinter's lane with Zavala pushing the pace pretty well now. Archibald trying to overtake in the middle of the third turn. Able to do so. Race isn't over just yet, but it looks like Archibald's got a good turn of speed and won't be coming back anytime soon. In lane 1 is Gavin Fairbanks, number 601. 202, Bel Mejia. Lined up in lane 2 to start. This will finish out Group E. First cross the line races for further 5th and 6th place again. The second place rider in this race will race for 7th and 8th in the final round. Group F coming up next. After the bell rang, we're finding ourselves coming on the second time here through turn 2 with Bel Mejia on the lead of the lap. Fairbanks watching her rear wheel, waiting for any movement. He's thinking about lining something up here as they get all the way into turn 3. Still no acceleration. The lane is open. He goes underneath. He has the room to make the move happen, and he is just going to cruise this one in. Group F being modified to its chariots as well. So one lappers here for all the upcoming competitors. This is 203. That's Luna Mendoza in lane 1. 211 is Renna Fuller in lane 2. 1 to go. Renna Fuller takes this matchup. A quick lap here for our riders. Javi in second wheel position, trying to catch on to the wheel. Make a run at it here. Not quite enough track left for him to do it. Ben Jang, 603, holds on for the win in that heat. .602 is Will Phillips in lane 1. 611 is Owen Fuller in lane 2. We're going fast now. It's a well-oiled machine. Bam, bam, bam. I can barely keep up with what's going on. And here we go with another quick chariot. One lap around the track with Phillips leading the way right now. The rider right behind him, Owen Fuller, starting to make the move now, trying to come up and around a bit in the middle of the back straight. First try didn't work out. He falls back in, tries to reset and give it another go. Ooh, nice run to the line, but it'll be enough for 6:02. Will Phillips grabs that one. Well, the Warback number 219 on the inside, lane 1. Sparsh Patel takes lane 2. That's bib number 621 in the orange. It's been a bit of a slower day on the viewership on the live stream, but I did notice there's a couple people that chimed in and say hello. Our good friend Rob always cheering us on. Good to see you, Rob. Thanks for supporting us again. I don't know who Queso Blanco Churro Company is, but too hot out here today is correct. I agree with that. Got some shade up here in the building. It's been pretty good viewing here. This race pulled apart pretty quickly here for the rider from Victoria, doing nice work here to clean this one up. As Lola will take this heat. In the final round, 5 through 8 will be ridden as one heat. In the final round, the 5 through 8 ride will be ridden as one heat of 4 riders up. Hazel Baker, 217 in lane 1. 632 in lane 2 is Royce Chan. Along the rail, 626. Thomas Frazier in this 3-up heat chariot race. Hazel getting a good start here. Hazel looks like she'll be able to control this one. .608 in lane 1, Joshua Hunter. In lane 2 is 612, Maya Reddy. And 620 along the rail is Shoria Patel. Looks like our Group G got reorganized into 3 heats of 3 without me knowing. Sneaky. But it makes sense. There's 9 riders in this group, so we're all good here. I think these kids have had a long weekend. They're enjoying these opportunities, but also it's hot out here. We want to get this thing wrapped up. Hunter taking over the front. Nicely done. And I think second across the line would have been Maya. This should be the last heat of this group. Maybe we lost another participant along the way because it's only 2 in this heat, leaving 8 in the group overall. Eva Magotson, number 615, lines up in lane 1. Daria McKinnon Buberaglu, number 625, in lane 2. Finals for the A's upcoming. Some of our very youngest riders here today, especially in Eva Magotson. I think when I saw the start list yesterday, racing age 9, one of our very youngest competing at the Velodrome this weekend. Going against Daria, our Victoria area competitor, catching up onto the wheel. Daria coming around on the home straight. We'll take this one nicely. And a good race between those two. Finals round starting with Group A. Takagi coming up into lane 2 on his way up here onto the track. 409 taking on JC Pyle, 345 in lane 1. Back to 2 laps here. We're back into our normal sprint tournament type style here. This is the race for first and second in the A's, our two fastest qualifiers of the day. But the gap pretty significant coming into this. Takagi with a quick time of 11.431 this morning. Pyle with 11.023. One to go. Both riders occupying the high point of the track here. Flick from Pyle. It's not a fake out though. He will come down into the lane. Takagi closing in fast. Nice acceleration from Takagi. The challenge is going to be to come around at the end. Does he have enough to carry and challenge this? Pyle from the front will hold on. Nice speed from Takagi though. A new member here in our area and a recent addition to the team. Looking quick here today to pick up that second place overall. And T-Pepic here coming up for the race for third and fourth. Newman draws one in position one there, number 40. Up against Oscar Plechelmariki, number 418 in lane 2. Newman still on the lead of the lap for the first 200 meters here. It'll start a little bit more side by side now as Plechelmariki move a little bit up track and try to occupy a bit more space up against Newman. Newman using the rail a bit now as an ally as he moves a bit higher. He was in front though, he leaves it wide open. Any lane of attack to the left here for both riders. Newman will drive it just straight forward. The faster qualifier today on the front of this race right now with Plechelmariki in the slipstream. He will start to close that gap. Maybe coming out of the lane a bit early. Still on the acceleration here. If he could have stayed down in that lane a bit longer, it might have been a bit easier, but he still manages to get there on the outside. It's Plechelmariki from our eyes up here, confirmed that by the officials that was a fast finish there from Oscar as he closed it nicely in turn 3. Thought he might have left the lane a little early. Could have maybe got the benefit a bit more from being in second position. Nice finish nonetheless. 4 up, 5 through 8 in a 2-lap sprint. 5 through 8 here for the A category coming up now. Bigliotti down there in lane 1. Hampson in lane 2. Zavala in lane 3. Scoville up against the rail in lane 4. Bigliotti takes the sprinter's lane and gets us up to a pretty good clip here. Everybody's going to file in behind and around that area, mostly down the sprinters lane. It's a crowded bunch. Now they find themselves all lining up. Scoville in second position right now. And Zavala, the third rider, at the back there is Hampson. The back half starts to make their move now. Vigliotti from the front is going to have to just go as fast as he can to try to counter this acceleration around the outside. Zavala leading out Hampson. It's going to be Hampson and Zavala side by side now. Vigliotti trying to recover to get back into the sprint. Hampson still making a good run at it, starting to take this one. Zavala, Hampson. Whoa, it'll be enough for Hampson. Fifth overall there. Zavala, I think would be sixth overall in this group, coming across the line second. Group B, this is the race for first and second amongst these racers. 428 is William Huang in lane 1, up against teammate Keegan Fairbanks. All threes in lane 2. I anticipate a podium presentation at the end here for a lot of juniors to celebrate today. At the end of this, we've got our final round going on right now on the track. This is the finals round for our sprint tournament in this final session for the Junior Takeover here in 2024. Just about there. We've got ourselves a few more categories to work through here. And as we get things sorted out, we'll meet probably just the moment at the end here to get organized. We'll do a podium presentation and send everybody on their way, as this will be the end of the official activities here for our Junior Takeover event. There's some movement. Fairbanks accelerates out of turn 4. Gotta love it. Standing still there on that first lap. William Huang's had some really nice sprints today, and he's trying to do another one right now. Look at this catch. Huang does a nice job getting back into the race. Does he have enough to challenge Fairbanks here at the end? Fairbanks is looking around to see if he sees him. Not yet. Now it's coming to view. That was an impressive catch by Huang. Doesn't have quite enough to challenge around the outside, but what a good recovery from 428 just to make that race close. Fairbanks with a nice win there in the category. This is the race for third and fourth in our B group. This is Tendo Buchanan, number 117, and 114 is Kimberly Chen. 2-lap sprint underway. I heard confirmation that we'll be doing a podium 3 deep based on the established categories, so top 3 in each of the groups will get on the podium. Very close proximity here, shoulder to shoulder nearly, with Tendo just barely behind Chen, who's controlling a little bit more space on the track, a little more forward, a little bit more aggressively positioned. Both very savvy riders. Tendo decorated in this event as a Canadian national champ for her age group. Chen, overall, such a powerful speedster here at the Velodrome this weekend. Tendo not going to elect to go down in the sprinter's lane at all. She's just going to hold that diagonal angle just off the back wheel and closes. Tendo gets it. Nice turn of speed there to finish on the final 50 meters. Five through 7 ride coming up. In lane 1 is 430 Andrew Huang. 419 in lane 2, Ryder Carlson. And 125, Ru Tomko in lane 3. It's Andrew that was in the lead position as they came across the line, still riding high above the sprinter's lane. Ru Tomko at the front of the two riders chasing now, trying to get back up to him. Andrew's still in charge at the front now, coming around onto the home straight. This is for 5th overall. It looks like Andrew's got this one well into wraps. Good sprint at the back end too between Carlson and Tomko, awfully close there. Race for first and second in the C category, I believe, coming up here. Finlayson Blake, 450, lines up in lane 2. 452 is Sean Davies in lane 1. Our San Jose rider in the blue taking on Victoria area competitor for first and second in the C category. On deck, our 3rd and 4th place ride. Davies near the finish line here is several bike lengths back to Finlayson. Davies hesitates quite a bit, allows Finlayson a little bit of time here to work his way back up on this gap that he allowed to open up, but Davies will still hold on nonetheless. It's Lucy Gilchrist, bib number 105 in lane 1. 451 is Tim Wong, 3rd and 4th place on the line for this category after this race. We're going to do a 5 through 8 with the remaining riders in the category coming up next. Still hesitating into turn 2. The blue line, both riders shortening the race here. The shorter the race gets, the tougher it is from the front. Tim Wong trying to stay as long as he can here. Now all he has to do is accelerate.
I've been trying hard to keep my cool, but when you're near, there's nothing that I can do. When you're walking in, I know it's true. It doesn't even matter how hard I try, 'cause when I hear your voice, my walls
Lindsey Cameron lined up all the way down there in lane 1. Iangola, number 444 in lane 2. 499 in lane 3 is Maxim Smagley. Group D on deck. Gathered up here crossing the finish line after hearing the 1 to go bell. It's Cameron with the best inside line, but a nice move up and down from Iangola now. Will take over at the front. Smegly with a good run at it will find enough acceleration to come around. In lane 1, Edison Clark Hoxie, number 628. Luke Kelly, number 119 in lane 2. This is for first and second place in our D group today. On deck, the race for third and fourth, and then a 5 through 8 ride. Edison waiting for the movement, but not really looking over the shoulder, so waits until he can see Luke Kelly all the way down that sprinter's lane, and will now try to launch the counterattack down into the sprinter's lane. He goes as well. With turn 3 with Luke Kelly on the lead of the lap. Edison catching pretty quickly. Go for the overtake and the pass now. It'll be enough. In lane 1, Lyndon Zavala, 630. 627 is Arden Lucier right next door in lane 2. Race for third and fourth. Zavala on the lead of the lap as they're getting up to speed. Lucier right glued to that last wheel here. Good position. Could try to challenge. Looks like we're going to get the run at it. Could be close. Here we go. Oh, nice sprinting from the sprinter's lane, though. That'll be enough. Four up, we got in lane 1, Akant Shadwani, number 616. Owen Chen, 617 in lane 2. 111, Charlotte Westover in lane 3. And 623 out in lane 4, Noam Galat. thought we might have engagement here. Kind of resetting though. Westover high along the rail. A conch down the sprinter's lane, waiting for the attack. Owen Chen is 6-1-7, the rider on the blue line. Now Westover will take over the front. Noam, the rider with the pink helmet, taking over the front now. Here comes the challenge from Owen as well, trying to come around. Noam at the front looking like he's got this one locked in. Westover will not be overtaken. Group E, racer first and second. 410 Sean Gata in lane 1. 609 Cody Chen in lane 2. This is now category E. Race for first and second. After this 2-lap contest, we'll bring up the race for third and fourth, and then another 5 through 8 ride. We then go into our modified chariot groups. Sean from the middle will attack out of turn 1. Fairly familiar move here we saw in the semi-final round for Sean as well. Worked well from there. Looks like it'll work pretty well here as Cody Cheng had a hard time matching his acceleration. And that'll do it for Sean. Race for third and fourth here in this group. Sarah Lynch is number 201 on the inside. In lane 2 is Julia Barna, number 221. Podiums to begin immediately after Group G's final race. As quick as we can, we're going to do top threes for each category on the podium. Fun random prizes too. I think they put together a little prize package for some kids, so stick around for some quick photos. I know folks are packing up. That's totally understandable. Hang around for some quick podium photos right after the last race for G group, which is coming up fairly quick. Right now we're in the race for 3rd and 4th in the E group, followed by a 5 through 8 ride. We have a G group, an F group, and then the G group. So not too many rides left here. Lynch and Barna side by side. Lynch up to speed from the front. Both riders pretty well matched so far down into the back straight. Barna trying to make the move here. Lynch versus Barna. And Barna, by about a bike length, does it. Takes care of business at the end of that race. Ayla Zavala down in lane 1. Next door is Bib 622, Nolan Archambault, Gavin Fairbanks 601 in lane 3. Race for 5, 6, and 7 in the group. Group F coming up to the track next. Their race for 1st and 2nd. Side by side here in this ride for 5 through 7. Zavala on the inside position, watching every once in a while, kind of looking over that right shoulder. The two riders all line up right next to her. The attack will come from the back of the group first. But good reaction is you can kind of hear the sound of the coaches calling for the go, go, go time. Zavala from the front. Oh, they're coming at the wheel, though. All three riders making a good run at the line. Look at this sprint. Fairbanks finds it right down the middle. One lap race is coming up for these groups. This is the F group again coming up. Brenna Fuller in lane 1. Ben Zhang in lane 2. Race for 1st and 2nd for our F group. Fuller with a nice jump here. Takes over at the front quickly. Chang working here to try to catch down the back straight, making a pretty good effort of it. Look at this catch. Whoa. Wow, look at that. Good start for Fuller. It's Ben Zhang makes the recovery, gets within contact at the end of the turn there and takes over. Nice race for both of our young riders there. Let's bring up our next group. This is race for third and fourth in this category. Javi Mejia in lane 1. Next door is Luna Mendoza in lane 2. We're at the orange helmet. Mendoza taking back over the front as they hit turn 3. Javi trying to get back onto the wheel. See what he can do with the last 50 meters here. Ooh, Mendoza holds on. In one of our closer sprints we've had in a while. Nice job for those two. Sparsh Patel down in lane 1 in the orange jersey. Next door in the middle, it's bib 611 is Owen Fuller. Out in lane 3, bib number 602, Will Phillips. One quick lap, pardon me, for 5th, 6th, and 7th place. Nice strong finish there. Oh, good sprint for second and third across line 2. As your winner from that group will be Owen Fuller, 5th overall in this category. 3 ups in this G group it looks like still. So your first 3 coming up to the line to race for first, second, and third. Joshua Hunter down in lane 1. In lane 2 is Hazel Baker, and 625 is Daria McKinnon and Biberaglu. Gate closed, please. Thank you. In everybody's haste to leave, you're also delaying others' attempts to race, so please make sure we're being quick. We all want to get out. Just because you raced earlier, we know. Do make sure to close the gate on your way out. Thank you very much. Couple more to go here. We're in our final category here, which leaves us with 3 more races to hold. And only 3 laps of racing left to hold here. So, ooh, look at this move from the second position, trying to take over the front. Nice acceleration there from Hunter. He'll take over in the last seconds of that race. And those are your top 3 in the category, and all finishing in that heat.
All right, reminder podiums. We're gonna have JC, Gabriel, Oscar, Keegan, William Hong, Tendo. Those are in the first couple groups. The group after that is Sean, Finlayson, Tim. The group after that is Edison, Lou, and Lyndon. And then group E and F is Sean, Cody, Julia, Ben, Renna, and Luna. And then we're figuring out G right now.
Lane 1 is Eva Magidson, number 615. Lane 2, Thomas Frazier, 626. Lane 3 is Maya Reddy, 612. Frazier taking over the front quickly here. Thomas Frazier with a nice finish there. Lane 1 is Royce Chan. Right next door to Shorya Patel in lane 2. Your Junior A category champs. B category. Junior B category. In third, Tendo Mukahanana. In second, William Huang. And in first, Keegan Fairbanks. Junior C's. In third, Tim Wong. In second, Finlayson Blake. And in first, Sean Davies. Junior D's. Junior D's in third, Lyndon Zavala. In second, Lou Kelly. In first, Edison Clark Hoxie. Junior E. In third place, Julia Barna. In second, Cody Chang. In first, Sean Gada. F category. In third, Luna Mendoza. Second, Rena Fuller. In first, Ben Jang. And G category. In third, Daria McKin-Berbaglu. In second, Hazel Baker. And in first, Joshua Hunter. And with that, the official ceremony and all events are wrapped up. Thank you again for making your way here to Redmond, Washington for the 2024 Junior Takeover hosted here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome. Our thanks to our officials, our volunteers, our support staff, our coaching staff from the Jerry Baker Juniors team. Of course, race director Amara for putting in all the hard work to make the event come together. Our coaches from all over the country that came to help support the kids, parents, for your financial support, time, and effort to make it all happen. You can look forward to another edition of this next year, the 2025 Junior Takeover. More information will come during our off season as we work on our calendar, but we'd love to have you come back. Bring some more kids with you. It'll be a good time. Safe travels. Get out of the heat. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you for more great racing action here soon at the Jerry Baker